Hello all. I'm making this vlog in remembrance of Andrew Symonds, whom we lost in a recent car accident in Australia. He was an Australian international cricketer and he played all the three formats as a batting all-rounder: Test, T20, One Days. Roy was his nickname. His teammates used to call him by this name, and he was a very important member of two World Cup winning squads. He was a right hand middle order batsman and was a fantastic player, and he had exceptional fielding skills. Just to throw some light on his life, he was born on 9th of June 1975 in England, and he was born there, and he joined the Australian side in the year 1998. The first match which he played was on the 8th of March 2004 versus Sri Lanka, and the last test match which he played was with South Africa on December 26th, 2008. He debuted against Pakistan on 10th of November 1998, and his last one day also was against Pakistan in 2009. T20 he debuted against New Zealand in 2005, and again Pakistan in 2009 was his last T20. If you look at his stats, he was a fantastic player. In Test, he played 26 Test matches and scored 1,462 runs with an average of 40.61. Had 2 centuries and 10 half centuries in his name. Since he was all-rounder, he also bowled in those 26 Test matches, taking 24 wickets at an average of 37.33. If you look at the one days, he played 198 one days and scored over 5,000 runs at an average of 39. He hit 6 centuries and 30 half centuries. And if you look at the bowling, he took 133 wickets at an average of 37. And his best bowling figures in one day was 5 for 18. And that's a fantastic career graph for a batsman who came in the middle of order. And not many of people would know that Symonds was adopted by his parents, Ken and Barbara, when he was 3 months old, and they moved to Australia. He also had 3 siblings: Louise Symonds, who was also adopted, and he spent most of his childhood in New Queensland, and father was a private teacher in one of the government schools. Also, many would not know that Symonds was qualified to play for England since he was born there, and also from West Indies, as his ancestors belonged to that place. But in 1995, he decided that he wished to pursue his international career for Australia instead of the other 2 countries. He made his debut on 10th of November in 1998, and he played the first one-day international of his career for Australia against Pakistan in Lahore. And in his first match against Pakistan only, he scored a staggering 143 not out, and he guided Australia from 4 for 86 to 8 for 310, and they won that match with an 82-run victory. Apart from that, Symonds also had the world record for most sixes during his first class innings. He hit 16, and during a first class match he hit 26s, both set while he was playing for one of the counties as a 20-year-old. His first innings score was 254 not out. At the time of his death, Symonds was only one of the 22 players to have scored over 5,000 runs and taken more than 100 wickets in one day and one of the only 3 Australians to have done so. His batting average of 100 runs per innings in World Cup matches was also the highest of any player in that competition. He was also named as an all-rounder in Australia's greatest ever one-day team. Also, I'm sure that people remember Andrew Symonds appearing as a guest in the Indian reality show Big Boss. He was there for 2 weeks and he did entertain the audience, and everybody loved him. And that was a 2 week stint which he had on the Indian media. He actually came in with an interpreter, but he said that he loved India and he has so much time which he has spent here. There was no need, as he could easily communicate with the other contestants on the show. Also, the connect when the monkey gate happened, and there was a lot of uproar in the entire world when Harbhajan Singh was actually victimized, that he used the word monkey against him. But later, with the help of Sachin Tendulkar, this was sorted out, and both of them became close friends. Now, talking about friends in the Indian players, Chahal was one of his close mates. They shared a very close bond, and in a recent interview, Chahal did mention that he is devastated by Symonds' death, as he has lost one of his very close buddies. Symonds was killed in a single vehicle road accident in Queensland on 14th May 2022. He was 46, and since he left the road and rolled over at 10:30 p.m. local time, he was the only occupant of the car. The paramedics did respond and they tried to revive him, but Symonds was pronounced dead at the scene. Not only the cricketers, but even the Bollywood actors like Farhan Akhtar, Arjun Rampal, Sanjay Dutt, Rahul Bose, and many other to talk about, were pretty unhappy, and they were shattered as they lost one of the close cricketing player, a close buddy, whom they loved to see while he was batting and loved to meet off field when he had retired. And at the end, I would like to say that Andrew Symonds lived like a legend, and we have lost one of the good players and a good human being around. God bless his soul. Jai Hind.